As we're now in the beginning of 2025, you will notice the shift in energy because this year, 2025, is a year of immense inner integration and divine balance. So much has been happening over the last few years, especially last year. There was so much inner growth happening to really help you awaken more, align yourself more to the truth of who you are. You most likely have gone through many spiritual lessons to really raise in consciousness. And now 2025 is all about that integration, the embodiment of all the lessons, all the growth, all the transformation that you experienced last year and actually up until this point. It's about living as that more awakened soul that you are, bringing balance to all areas, because oftentimes we may focus so much on the physical or so much on the spiritual, but now it's about really bringing harmony and balance to both sides. Living a more heart-centered, aligned life. Really creating that harmony between the spiritual and the physical. There's also an immense opportunity now to step into the role of a conscious co-creator, really co-creating with the universe to help you manifest your desires with more ease and also in alignment. Now, 2025 is also a 9 universal year, so there's a lot of completion that is happening this year as well. A lot of conclusions, a lot of endings. It's all in preparation for then, as we're moving into 2026, a new 9-year cycle. In this video, I want to give you a little overview of what to expect throughout this year and also some action steps of what you can do to really align yourself with the energy of this 9 universal year, the energy of divine balance, of really being the awakened soul that you have grown into up until this point, especially with last year with everything that was happening. So let me share with you the key things I think you should know about 2025 so you can really make the most out of this beautiful energy that we are now in. And we're also now in the age of Aquarius. So there's a lot of innovation, a lot of change, a lot of transformation, a lot is shifting over the next 20 years. And now 2025 is really the starting point. And the first thing that I really want you to know is that manifestation now also happens with more ease, and it's amplified through your presence. It's about really being present in the moment. The more present you can be in the moment, the easier it will be for you to actually manifest this year. Because when you're really present in the moment, that is where a lot of power lies. Because you then can become aware of whenever you're out of alignment, whenever you are in alignment, what feels right, what doesn't. You're also more open to receiving the guidance, the insights, the nudges of what to do, what not to do, where to go, where not to go, and all of those different things. And this year, your manifestation is also heightened, so you can manifest with more ease. And as you're becoming aware of any fears, any doubts, any limitations and things like that, you can more easily work through that, because these are the things that are really in conflict with your conscious desires. All of those subconscious fears, the doubts, the limitations are in conflict with your desires to manifest. So now, as you're becoming more present in the moment, you're then becoming aware of whenever you are in lack, whenever fear is sneaking, and whenever doubt is creeping up. And then you can do your work to overcome that, to work through that, because that will then help you and manifest your desires with more ease. It's really being present in the moment, to be aware of what is going on, to then shift into a higher frequency, into a higher essence, to align yourself to your manifestations. But just know that throughout this year, manifestation is amplified. So here also be careful what you put your attention on, because if you're putting a lot of attention on lack and limitation and fear and doubt and worry, that's what you're going to magnetize. So by you being present in the moment, you can become aware of those things whenever you are focusing on the not so pleasant experiences, so you can then shift your awareness. And here I want to invite you to maybe consider joining me inside my membership Transcendence, because you will have access to a 12-week journey of soul alchemy, where you can truly learn how to become aware of these things that are holding you back, those unconscious fears, and then to work through them, to do your inner work, to really release them, to transcend them into something higher, so you can really be the conscious creator that you truly have the ability to step into, to be the creator of your own reality. And if that is of interest to you, if you would like to check it out, there's a free 7-day trial, so you can check out Transcendence, my membership, for free to see if it's the right fit for you. The link for that is in the description below. I would definitely be honored if you were to join me. Now, beginning of the year, getting the support, getting the guidance, getting also the community, access to the community can really help you manifest the life that you would love to live by end of this year. So just know that manifestation is heightened this year, so be present in the moment so you can become aware of whenever you are in lack and limitation, so you can shift your focus into alignment to what you want to manifest. Then the second thing I want you to know is that there's also a new structure that is now unfolding for a new era. Because like I said, we are now in the age of Aquarius for the next 20 so years. So a lot of old paradigms, programs, and structures are now falling away. Also, we are in the 9 universal year. So 9 is all about the ending of a cycle. So you will see a lot of endings that are happening this year. There are a lot of things falling away, a lot of things breaking apart, because we are becoming aware of what no longer serves us, what no longer fits. So in your life, you may also realize that certain things are falling away, certain people are falling away, certain structures are also dismantling as well. The way you have been going about life will also shift because you're stepping into a new way of going about life. And these old systems, and this is like personally and also on a collective, they are now falling away because they're simply outdated. They're no longer in alignment. They're no longer serving our highest good, especially because we are now in the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is all about innovation. It's about change. It's about transformation. It's about more also about that spiritual led way. And all these things that are not in alignment with that new paradigm, that new era, is going to fall away throughout this year, throughout 2025. So here, just be open to release whatever is no longer serving you in your personal life, in your professional life, in relationships, in all areas of your life, even your health as well. Even your beliefs. You want to let go of these things that are no longer serving you. So just trust that whatever wants to fall away, let it. Don't hold on to it, because if you're holding on to it, then you're also holding on to the old ways, the limitations. And right now, this year, it's really about letting that go, because we are preparing ourselves then for the new beginning next year then, because then we're starting that new 9-year cycle. So allow yourself to let go of whatever is no longer serving you this year. That will then also help you create a new foundation that is more in alignment with this new era that we are now in. The new structures for your life, how you go about life, how you show up in the world, what you believe to be of truth for yourself, what you go after, what you believe is really possible for you. All of those things are receiving somewhat of an overhaul. So whenever you're noticing that things are falling away, let it dissolve. Because it has served its purpose. It's no longer to your highest and greatest good. So now it needs to leave your life. And you will see that, on a collective level, there will be a lot of shifts happening this year. A lot of stuff will fall away. A lot of stuff will be replaced by new structures, better structures, new foundations, and things like that. And all that falling away simply makes room for new, more aligned structures and foundations to unfold, to emerge. So just be aware of that. Then the third thing I want you to know is that your intuition and your spiritual gifts are also being heightened throughout this year as well. They will evolve, they will grow, they will fine-tune as well. Your connection to the guides, the higher realms, perhaps even the Akashic records, maybe the quantum field, all of those different higher level frequencies will evolve too, will strengthen significantly. You will also notice that downloads will come in a lot easier and a lot faster as well, giving you the insights that you need. And here, the key is really to trust your intuition. Trust whatever guidance that you received. You want to trust that. That is really going to be important throughout this year, because now as we are in the age of Aquarius, and we're really guided more so to a more spiritually led life, like I said, a conscious co-creation, right? Being the conscious co-creator. It's about co-creating with the higher realms, co-creating with that higher source energy. And it's about really tuning into that. It's about opening yourself up to receiving the insights, the guidance, and then trusting that. Because I truly believe that our path, each and every one of us awakening souls or awakened souls or soul seekers, we are guided to evolve what we have been doing, to evolve our way of being, of how we're showing up in the world. And that's why throughout 2025, you will notice that your gifts will sharpen, your gifts will strengthen. They will also develop more. If you don't really have developed your gifts yet, just know that this year it will develop more so. If you have already developed your gifts, you will also see an uptake in the abilities that you have, the ability to really tune in, the clarity of you tuning in, the guidance that you're receiving. It will evolve throughout this year, because it's going to assist you really to stay in alignment, because that is so important. Remember, I also mentioned about manifestation being heightened and being present in the moment, and that's also going to be key, is like really tuning into that present moment to receive the guidance, to receive the insights, not being distracted by all this stuff outside of you, but really being present in the here and now to receive the insights and the guidance, because it will lead you on your path moving forward, because it will evolve. And it also brings me down to the fourth piece here. Is there's also a call to embody your own leadership, meaning fully embodying your role as a guide, a mentor, a teacher, a healer, a way shower, a light worker. Really embracing that role, because that is going to be so very important now and moving forward. It's about stepping to the role of the leader within your own life, and on a collective level, really showing up as that more awakened, more centered, more grounded, more present being that you have grown into, being the role model to other people, modeling how it is to live a more heart-centered, more awakened life. Because as you are doing this work, as you're really embodying your own inner leadership, and you're stepping into the role and really embracing and embodying your role as a mentor, guide, healer, whatever it is that you're feeling called to step into, that will then make such a beautiful ripple effect, because it's like always an invitation to those that are not yet awoken, or they're just barely at the beginning to like, hey, what are they doing? I want to do that too. They can follow your lead. You're always then extending your hand, so to speak, to those that seek guidance, that seek support, that need somewhat of a North Star that they can follow, that guiding light. So 2025, it's really about embodying your own leadership. And leadership also means, in your own life, taking responsibility of your creations, because everything that you experience in your life is what you created. It's you pushed out. It's because it's whatever is happening outside of you is a mirror reflection of what's going on within you. And that also, leadership also then requires for you to look within, like, okay, if I don't like what's going on in my life right now, it's because there's something within me that has created that. Taking that responsibility over your own creation, the good, the bad, and even the ugly, and then changing these things around. And that's why I want to invite you again to maybe consider joining me inside my membership Transcendence, because my 12-week course will teach you exactly step by step of how to be that conscious co-creator, and you're really changing your outer world by changing from within. So like I said, if that's of interest to you, link is in the description below. I would love for you to join me and start this journey of soul alchemy, because your life will absolutely transform once you really embody and embrace your role as soul alchemist. But just know that throughout this year, you will feel called to also really embrace that leadership within your life. So you're no longer waiting for other people to help you or to come to your rescue or to guide you or whatnot. But no, it's about really tuning within. And that's why you're also receiving more guidance, and your intuition is also being sharpened. Your connection to the higher realms is strengthening as well, because it will give you the insights, the guidance that you need to step into the role of the leader within your own life. No longer waiting for anything outside of you to shift, to change, but no, you're changing from within. You're choosing for yourself. What do you want? What is important for you? What do you want to experience? And then act from that place. Act from that more awakened, more centered, more grounded place. And that's how you then also create those shifts, those ripples in your life and even the life of other people. And here it's also an invitation to step boldly into the identity, the role of what you are here to do, whether it's a mentor, a guide, a teacher, a healer, a light worker, whatever it is. But you are truly meant to and invited to, nudged to step more boldly into this identity. Then the fifth and final piece here that I want you to know is that there are going to be cycles of rest and taking actions. So throughout the year, it's about really becoming aware of when there's like ebb and flow. When there's ebb, it's about time to go within, to rest a little bit more, to integrate anything that has happened, any changes, any shifts that have happened. Also to reassess your life. And then there's then going to be the period of flow, where you're then taking actions. It's not always just about taking action, but it's about both. And it's about really becoming aware of that cycle of ebb and flow. Whenever you're in ebb, you're taking things slower. Whenever you're in flow, you're taking more actions. You're moving forward. You're expanding. Because with every cycle or period of expansion, there needs to also come a cycle, a period of integration, of rest, of reassessing. So you can then prepare again to move forward again, to expand again. You can't just constantly expand and taking action after taking action. There's also a time of rest. And throughout this year, you're being invited to become aware of when is it the time for you to rest and when is it time for you to take action. And that's why it's also important to be more present in the present moment. Because then you become aware. What is it that your body needs? What is it that your consciousness needs as well? Making that time to slow down, to tune in, also then gives you the time and space to also consult with soul, consult with the higher realms, to receive the downloads, to receive the guidance. Because oftentimes, and you may have noticed that whenever you're in action mode, you may not get as many downloads and insights and new ideas because you're in a different energy. You're in the energy of expansion. But then whenever you're taking some time off or when you're kind of slowing down, that's usually when you are open to receive the next steps, the downloads. That's why throughout this year, make this your priority to really tune in. Like, okay, do I need rest or do I need to take action? And this year is really an invitation to master that rhythm, the rhythm of ebb and flow. Because if you're constantly trying to push forward, trying to expand, trying to take action, you're actually going against the natural flow of life. And that's what creates frustration. That's what creates friction. That's what creates challenges. And learning to really honor the cycle of ebb and flow is going to be key throughout this year. So these are the 5 key things I want you to know. Now let me give you some action steps of what you can really do throughout this year to really make the most out of this year. Now I already mentioned a couple of things, but let me go a little deeper into some of those action steps that I really want you to know about. So the first thing I want you to know is that now is also a great time to refine your vision and keep refining your vision throughout the year as well. Because with each cycle of expansion and growth, your vision then also needs to adapt to the growth and the expansion that you have experienced. So keep refining your vision, like really get clear on what is it that you want. What is it that you want to experience? What is it that you want to create? Who do you want to be? Really get clear on that. And also what is asking to be expressed through you. And then throughout the year, keep going back to your vision and keep refining it because there is going to be growth happening throughout this year as well. I mean, we're always growing. Every single day we're growing. And there are going to be periods of immense growth, immense expansion. So you want to then adapt or refine your vision to match that growth and expansion. Then the second action step that I want to invite you to consider is strengthen your daily practices. Now, consistency is going to be key when it comes to your daily practices. This can be meditation, this can be movement, this can be like tuning in and connecting with your soul, your higher self, maybe automatic writing, channeling, whatever it is. Your own inner healing, doing your own shadow work, all of those different practices to really help you become a more awakened, more grounded, more centered, more empowered version of yourself, the authentic you that you are. And having these daily practices is going to be key to also stay more present in the here and now, to also align yourself with your manifestations, the things that you want to call forth. Even having maybe some daily manifestation practices is also going to be very, very beneficial for you to then manifest in alignment and manifest the things that you do want rather than the things that you don't want. These daily practices will also help you really stay more grounded, stay more centered, stay more present, and connected to your truth. Then the third action step is throughout the year, embody the role of a student. Be open to learning new tools, new strategies, new techniques that will really help you evolve on your path. Because like I said, you are really meant to step into the role of that conscious co-creator, the leader, the mentor, the guide, the way shower. And there are most likely things that you still need to learn. So step into the role of a student. Be open to learning what you need to learn to really embrace your path moving forward. And then also pay it forward. Because the more you expand, the more you will then be able to then teach others, help others, guide others. But it's like you having to do your own work first, having to learn how to get out of adversities, challenges, transcend and transmute low-level frequencies, whatever it is, to then help other people, to then be the role model, the leader, the way shower, the teacher, the guide, whatever you feel called to really step into. And then as you are learning, pay it forward. Teach, guide, mentor, share, to then assist others as well. Then the fourth action step that I really want to invite you to really hone into throughout the year is to develop and practice deep trust. There's going to be times this year when you may question your path, when you may question even who you are and if what you're doing is really the right thing and why things are falling away, why things are happening the way they are. And here it's about really developing and practice that deep sense of trust that anything and everything that's happening in your life is happening to your highest and greatest good. It's happening to either teach you something that you need to learn or to show you where you're out of alignment. You remember, I mentioned like your outer world is a mirror reflection of what's going on within you. So getting that guidance, getting that insights, like, okay, I need to go within. I need to do my inner work to then change that, to transform that, to transcend that. But just trusting that anything and everything that is happening in your life that is trying to leave, that is trying to come in, that is going on in your life, it's all to your highest and greatest good. Also trusting in your own ability to create the life that you want to create, living the life that you want to live, doing what you're here to do, living your soul's higher calling, your soul's higher purpose, trusting that anything and everything is truly possible for you. And that everything is working out to your highest and greatest good. And also, divine timing. Divine timing, I know, no one likes to hear that, right? You got to be patient, I get that. But really develop the trust that everything is happening, not only to your highest and greatest good, but it's also happening in divine timing. Your manifestation comes about in divine timing. It's also whenever you're ready to receive it. The things that you're experiencing in your life also happening to your highest and greatest good. And they're happening right now, or they're happening when they're happening, divine timing here, because that's when they're meant to happen. That's when you're ready to experience that. So just develop that deep trust. And then the fifth and final action step that I want to invite to really embody and practice throughout this year is collaborate with your guides, collaborate with your higher self and your soul, really tuning in on a consistent basis, whether through meditation, through automatic writing, or in whatever way you want to do, just simply tuning in, connecting with your team of light, the higher realms, the angels, the guides, whoever you're tapping into, whoever you're tuning into, your guides, your soul, your higher self, to help you move forward throughout this year, to stay in alignment, to do the things that you are guided to do, that is asking to be expressed through you. The more you can collaborate with your team of guides, the easier life will also be, because then you will always know what to do, what not to do, what is in alignment, what is not in alignment, what should you do, what not, all of those different things. You never not know how to go about certain things. So connect more and collaborate more with your guides. See them as your group of mentors, so to speak, to guide you, to mentor you, to nudge you and support you throughout your life. Because like I said, we're really meant to be the conscious co-creators in our life. So we're co-creating with the higher realms, with source, with the universe. And it's by you connecting and collaborating with these higher light beings, that's when you really step into more of a soul alignment and you're really also tapping into your full potential. So that is it for this forecast. I really hope that you are excited for this year because there's a lot of growth and transformation and expansion that's happening throughout this year. And when you really align yourself to these energies and you practice the things that I mentioned throughout this video, then you can really experience many, many beautiful shifts throughout this year that by the end of 2025, you're going to look back like, oh my God, this was an amazing year. At least that is really what is available to you. So thank you so much for joining me here. Now, I hope you also maybe consider joining me inside my membership Transcendence to get the support throughout the year to really help you make the most out of all these beautiful opportunities that are available for you to really create the life that you would love to live. So, like I said, link is in the description below. I would be honored if you were to join me. So thank you so much for watching. Now also be sure to check out these 2 videos here. 2 powerful light language activations that can assist you on your path moving forward as well. So I hope you enjoy those, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.